for it. Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. That's me. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining us on this live stream. Yes, who is here? Tell Mercy, tell all of everybody should join. Thank you for joining us today. It is our first webinar on YouTube, and we're really very excited. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed for us to unlock the Travel Gist YouTube channel. All right, as you join us, can you just go to the chat box and say hello and let us know your name and where you're joining from. Say hello, my name and where you're joining from. I can see somebody is on this live stream already. Can you please tell me where you're joining us from? Yes. Welcome. Thank you for joining live. Thank you for joining live. I have only 2 on this stream yet. I'm expecting not people. Go and join now. It's only 1 person. It's here. So so I share from here, right?
So I just said your name is Linda.
Okay. Hello, Linda. You're welcome. Hide yourself. You're coming out.
Another person said hi.
It should be Linda. Linda, you're welcome. Hello, Linda Leonard. You're welcome.
Increase your volume.
Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me?
They said yes.
Okay, thank you. So I'm just trying to share my screen because please bear with me. This is our first live YouTube, so just pardon me to get everything right. Yeah. This is not right. Let me this.
Go go to
How
your
do I mute my video?
you can.
Can you see my screen? Send me a chat on the chat board and tell me yes, I can hear you. Okay, Linda, you're here. Welcome, Linda. Who else is joining me?
Keep talking.
Yes. Who else is joining me and where are you joining from? Can't hear you. Oh, you said you can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you increase this for me?
It's already here.
Can you hear me now? Yes, I was initially muted, but I think I'm good to go now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can I be heard? She can't hear me. Linda, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Welcome, welcome, welcome to our YouTube channel, our first webinar ever on YouTube. Before now, it's been Zoom. Mercy, you're welcome. Oh, yes. Mercy says you can hear me. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. Sorry, I'm having. All right. So my name is Benny Onukuba, and I'm very happy to be here. Yes, there are just five of us, but I know that these are quality guests on my stream today. I thank you for joining me, and today we're going to be unraveling 10 cogent reasons why Nigerians get their visa refused. 10 good reasons, right? I know that we're coming from a lot. A lot of people have their experience. Some people, you may have had your first visa application approved. I mean, of course, it's very exciting, but there are a lot, there's a lot that is happening, right? There's a lot that must have happened before you had that your first approved visa, right? And we know that visa is the most critical element of our travel. Visa is the most critical element. So until you have that bitter taste of rejection, you don't know what it is. And that is why we feel that Nigerians, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities when we travel. Travel is not just I have money, I want to belong, I want to feel what's happening in the other side of the world. Travel is about opening yourself to opportunities, right? So it brings it there's a lot you need to put together. It's about strategy, basically. Strategy to get things done orderly in order to get that that to meet that travel goal you have for yourself for 2026 or 2025, as the case may be. So once again, my name is Benny. I believe you can hear me and you can see me clearly. My name is Benny, and I'm streaming live from Lagos, right? Yeah. So behind the reasons why Nigerians, and okay, before I proceed, let me just mention that I'm qualified to take this class because over the past 5 years, we have processed and gotten approval of over 300 visas for clients, right? Mainly executive, especially Schengen visas. So with all of that over the years, processing visas for groups of clients, for individuals, of course, we've had a couple of refusals and all the experiences wrapped together. That is what I'm bringing you, this from the wealth of my experience and my expertise, and all that it takes to be able to help clients put their documents together, submit the application, and of course get their visas, right? So we have processed over 300 approved visas over the years, and we have a lot of positive, positive results reports. Part of it you'd have seen some my in my um, in my status, right? So I'm a travel consultant. I do a lot of visa advisory, which I believe, by God's grace, has resulted to our high visa approval. So I'm the founder of Terminal 7 Travel and Tours. Terminal 7 Travel and Tours has been on for about 18 years. So I say it is not that you are not qualified, but, but what it is what your document says. I'm sorry, just give me a. So it is not that you're not qualified. It is what your document says you are, or it is what your document is not saying. Because for Schengen visas, you don't have the privilege like American embassy to come and explain, oh, I'm going to Indianapolis. Indianapolis is capital of Indiana and all of that and all of that, right? Or you're going to New York City and I'm going there for a conference. I'm a professor. I'm a lecturer in wherever, Yale University or what have you. So you don't have that privilege or that opportunity to explain. So the best bet is for you to put your document in such a way that it becomes unquestionable, right? Your document should speak what what it is that you want to pass across. And that is why I say here, it's not that you're not qualified. Rather, it is because it is what your document says. Your document is either is your document that says whether you're qualified or not qualified. Okay. All right. So let's go. Um, Next is, why are so many Nigerians getting refusal? Why are so many Nigerians getting refusal? In 2024 alone, which is the data I have, right? Nigeria recorded third highest number of refusal, according to the European Commission, with average with 45.9% refusal rate. Why? Why should it be like that? Right? Why should it be so? Why should we keep getting why are we not getting I mean, I have some clients from with passport of Antigua and Bermuda. Once they see, especially for UAE, once they see their passport, they stamp them. Why is our own different? You know, even Ghanaian passport holders, other African passport holders don't get the kind of scrutiny we get as Nigerians, right? And a lot of Nigerians apply every year. Thousands apply every year, but the number of refusal is high. 49%. That's almost 50% refusal. Why? So it is based on this that we decided no, something has to happen. The narrative has to change. Nigerians deserve to be able to put their documents together like every other country, get the things done right, get your documents right, apply, and expect a positive visa outcome. So we're saying that it is possible to prevent refusal. It is not, hey, I've just done, I pray, let me try my luck. No, it is strategy. There is a way. There is a way. If you know the way, you can't be guessing and you can't get it wrong. All right. So follow me as we explore the way. By the way, before we continue, I want to share a short story with us. This year alone, sometime in August, June, July, August, we had applied for about 23, a group of 23 who were going to Spain, Barcelona, right? We did everything we needed to do in spite of the delays and all of that. Long and short of it, all 23 were applied for. Yes, all 24 were applied for, one pulled out along the line because of other travel needs, right? But out of the 23, 17 came out approved. 17 applications were approved. Barely 1 week to travel date. 6 were refused. Uh-uh. That alone for any expert or any seasoned travel agent, that alone is demoralizing. And to top it all, this refusal came barely 1 week to travel date. Imagine, application that we sent 2 months ahead of travel date. What am I supposed to do with 6 refused? These are high senior executive. Put all the documents together, right? Put in the chat box and said you can hear and say you can hear me. Can I still be heard? Or can you see me? Put it in the chat box. Can you see my slide? Can you see my slide? Can you please can somebody chat and tell me my connection is unstable? I'm not seeing anything on the chat. Hello team, can you chat? Okay, my slide is not showing. Messi said my slide is not showing. My slide is not showing. Is it showing now? I tried to come on again. Thank you very much. All right. So, so long and short of it, six applications were rejected, but I said no. And we threw it back, into the system. We got them to write appeal, translated to Spanish, resent within a week. Dear brothers and sisters, our six refused or rejected application. You need to be sure that you're using the right agent. You're contacting the who are able to go the extra mile to help you get what you want. Back to the discussion. Back to the discussion. Getting our visas is not luck, it's strategy, right? We have to use the right strategy to ensure we get visa approval. All right. Yes. So next, the reasons for let me go straight to reasons why our visas are refused. Reasons for visa refusal. Number one, weak ties to Nigeria. Weak home ties. Sometimes when we say home tie, people take it for granted. They feel that waiting day there. After all, I have a family. I'm a Nigerian. I can no, it's beyond that. Visa officials are asking one key question. If this person travels, is he going to come back? Because they don't want nuisance. They don't want people that will go to their country and not come back, right? So you need strong home ties. Your job is a home tie. The work you do, the business you have is a home tie. The asset you have property, you have investment in your country to your name, right? You have maybe cash bond deposit, right? These are home ties. You're married, you have a wife and children. These are home ties, right? So one should be able to not just say, yes, I'm a Nigerian, am married, I have a work, everybody knows I work with, let's say, GTB, I'm a manager. Your document, why I said, it's not that you're not qualified, it is that your documents say, what is your document saying or what is it not saying? These are the things that tell the visa official that this person is going and is coming back. Remember, they are trained to read in between lines to see what your document is saying and also see what is not saying. These are trained people, right? And they are looking out for any evidence that says this one is not coming back. Once they see that evidence, they don't they can use any refusal reason, to just tell you, oh boy, please step aside. So the first reason, we talked about it already, is weak home tie. The second one is inconsistency. My Niger family, we have to be consistent, right? Your details must match. The date of your, for instance, the date when you're checking into hotel must match the date that your flight is it's landing in the destination where you're going to, right? The date of check-in, the date of checkout must match with your travel departure date, those kind of things. So they are looking at those things. Consistency is one of the things that affect us. Required documents, when they say we need this, that, make sure that your documents are, if possible, give them extra. Make sure that your documents are consistent and complete. Follow the requirement that you're asked. Don't do over sabi. Don't do after all waiting day there. Give them everything they require, right? One 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 document of income, any item of inconsistency is enough for your application. So watch it. And that is what we do in Terminal 7 when we're giving you visa advice, when we're looking through your documents, right? Reason number three, poor or no travel history. Poor or no travel history, right? You're a first-time traveler, you are applying to, you want to go to US, you want to go to, you want Schengen visa, but you've never traveled. You've not even gone to Accra. So it's recommended. It's not as if you haven't traveled before, you can't get a visa, right? I'll tell you, I'll come to that condition. But it's recommended that if you've never traveled before, make a trip. Could be to Accra, could be to Nairobi, Kenya, could be Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, right? Make a trip. Let them stamp your passport and then come back. That's travel history, right? This kind of travel history has a way of building trust. Okay, another instance is you work for a big organization, you've never traveled before, it doesn't matter. But the company is sponsoring you, the company is going to give you a cover letter to say, we're introducing Mr. Matthias, who is going to Toronto, who is um going for a conference, right? We are taking care of his um his flight, his accommodation, all his travel uh, uh, expense, right? The Matthias is on leave from so and so day to so and so day. His leave is duly approved. Please grant him visa, right? Those kind of information from a company, the company will say they are sponsoring you. The company is going to put their bank statement to back up the fact that they are sponsoring you. So those kind of travel, right? Those kind of application has stronger um, chances of getting a positive response, right? But not for first timers who are just going on their own, who are just trying. It's best that you start with the easy visa countries like Qatar, like Dubai, get all those ones, travel and come back, right? That's history. You're able to go and come back. That's history. So poor travel history is a reason for visa refusal. Number four, unclear purpose. What is your purpose of travel? You must be able to give that explanation, right? Why are you traveling? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Where is the itinerary to show? Um, I'm going for a tour. I'm going on a tour on my own. Remember, solo tour, right? Solo traveler. I'm not going with anybody. That one alone is reducing your chance, right? Now, what you have to show that you're going on tour? You now go and book 3 days hotel. You're asking for 1 month visa, right? Your date of travel and date of return, 1 month, and you're booking 3 days hotel. And your bank account is saying that you have barely 2 million. Will 2 million naira take care of you for 1 month in a hotel? That's absolutely no, right? Why are you traveling? You're traveling for tourism, and you're applying for what do you call it, business visa. Of course, that's a no-no. It's likely you get a refusal. So unclear purpose of travel, your purpose of travel there has to be clarity about what you're going for, right? Number five, let's go. Weak or questionable financials. Weak or questionable financials. Are you still with me? Yes. Can you see my screen? Okay. Can you see my screen? I believe it's clearer. Sorry, the network is a bit poor. So,
Stop sharing and share again.
okay. Just hang on. Let me see.
Yeah. No, no. Where's, yeah, exactly. Sure.
Okay, so I believe I'm trying to reshare again. I hope you can see me. I hope you can see my screen. Is it showing?
Um,
Hmm?
I'm coming.
YouTube.com is sharing. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
you can see my screen. Thank you very much for your patience. So, reason number 5, weak or questionable financials. So, we're traveling, and it's like a month or 2 weeks to your submission, visa application date. You know you're going to travel since. There's no money in your account. Suddenly, within 2 or 3 weeks, one uncle or one auntie bua sends money into your account. Suddenly, somebody that has been having 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 now have what, 10 million, not even one. Where is it coming from? Inconsistency, like we discussed before, right? The amount in the account, you've been having 10, 20, 50, 30. The highest you've had is about 100K. Suddenly, and you don't have, your salary is not up to 1 million every month. And then suddenly you have 10 million. 2 weeks to travel date. Sudden light deposit is not necessary. There's a way around it, right? Or it's evident that maybe you're borrowing funds to show what you're not. Your bank statement doesn't match with what you're telling the people, right? The money is not believable, right? So that's a reason to doubt your capacity. Weak and questionable financial, right? In some other cases, you're having fund. They don't know the source of fund. After a while, one uncle will pay 1 million from somewhere. Your salary is between 300 and 500,000. 1 million is coming. 2 million is coming. What project is bringing about those money? On what do they call it? On unquestionable, or rather questionable source of fund. Source of fund not known. We have to be careful about those kind of things, right? But reason number 6, perceive intention to overstay, right? Yes, there are people that their age bracket is is a red flag, right? Like those of them that just finished university, just use service, 25, 26, 30, up to even 35, those kind of age. As long as you have a very strong and solid work job you're doing, salary is that's why they're asking for your salary bank statement. Money is coming consistently, right? And the money is same. It's coming from a consistent source, right? These things can affect what the visa of official is seeing about your document. So your age, the job, the kind of job you do, your marriage status, right? If you're single, is also a risk factor. A married person with marriage certificate has a more reliable and a higher chance, right, of being seen as somebody that will go and come back than a single, right? Yes. Then your country, well, Nigeria, risk profile. Yes, risk profile also has, because Nigeria, there is a lot of people that have that have applied with wrong data, wrong information, wrong documentation. So we're in the bracket of risk profile. So the reason why every visa documentation must be, you must prove beyond doubt. Don't give any reason for doubt, right? So age is one strong red flag for young people. So young people, if you're applying for young people who just finished school, do they have a travel history? I've applied for young person sometime earlier in the year. We've applied for multiple young people, right? Traveling with parents, even graduates who are also under this to age, but the document we had to put all documents to show travel history of these guys, showing that these guys have gone and come back, and that's how we're able to get visa approval for them. So your job type is something too to look at. What kind of job do you do? Is there consistent salary? Yes. Are you single or married? If you're married, your marriage certificate must speak. All right. Yes. So if all of these, if all of these are not strategically put together, the document, this can lead to instant refusal. Right. Next reason for refusal is poorly written cover letter, the one we call introduction letter. And common mistakes we make include all those stories that touch. I'm a graduate of chemical engineering, and I promised I will come back. I've seen some letters like that, and I was relaxed. I promised I will not run away. You're already you're already creating suspicion. You know, those kind of unintelligently and unprofessionally put together letter. Let me just try my luck. Let me. You take it to church and pray over your visa application without doing due diligence. So common mistake we make is to put all those emotional stories. There's a professional way to write your cover letter, right? Then all those ones that you just go to the internet, copy and paste. This one, this person used it and he was able to get his visa. You get a template, copy and paste, without even looking at it to see how it suits your own condition, right? Or your own peculiar situation. Or you try to exaggerate. So there's a professional cover letter, which because of our visa application, we try to provide cover letter for clients, right? So your cover letter is your first interview. Your cover letter. I don't need to say overemphasize, but your cover letter, the way it is strategically put together, will tell the visa officer assessing or reviewing your document that this person, this person knows what he's doing. Because you will explain everything on that cover letter. You make it easier. I have put my bank 6 month bank statement. I've also included my savings or my investment account with so and so bank. Please find this for your reference. I've also included my, put in such a way that it makes it easier. Have put it right. Emotionally speaking, right? The person you've made his work easier to be able to understand where you're going. He too, he will not have any reason, any he won't have any option to grant you approval. Okay, all right, let's go. The next one is don't get their visas approved. Number 8, we have previous visa refusal. Is this correct? Your age is a sorry, I'm taking us back a bit. Your age is an issue. Poorly written cover letter. Yes, I've discussed it. Number 7. Your cover letter organizes the whole documentation to tell them what you're doing, what has happened. Okay, this one is not. This is why it's not here. The next one is previous visa refusal. Yes, this one is. I have an issue that I'm handling. Past refusal not properly addressed. Some people get refused by Italy embassy. You jump to Spanish embassy. Spanish embassy refuses you. You jump to French embassy. French embassy, why? Maka, why? You don't make. Kilode. So one secret here, let me share with you. One secret here, don't ask me how I believe it, is that the Schengen embassy states, all the Schengen states, they are all connected. So if you've been refused by one embassy and you're jumping to Finland, or you're jumping to what's the other one, Malta or wherever, they'll see it. So it's not as if a refusal that shouldn't actually end in another refusal, right? But a refusal not properly addressed is what gives you another refusal. So before you reapply, please, if you're not taking anything away, remember this. If you have a rejection, before you reapply, please do well to ensure that the reason for your initial refusal has been addressed. Let me take it again. Before you, if you have had a refusal, it may not be bad. A refusal may be just this person has been having they are professional. All their visas are, let me meet them. Ensure you, when you are refused, there's a way your instinct will give you a warning that this is the reason for refusal. Do well to address it. As you're reapplying, ensure that you tell whoever, tell your agent or whoever is helping you reapply. This is my suspicion. Address it. If it's not addressed, please don't proceed to reapply. So visa refusal actually end your travel history, right? Instead, do well to address and find a way, a logical or reasonable um, answer before you proceed for your next application. So visa refusal gives you another refusal if there's a poor application. And if your status change, if your status changes, sorry, you find out that you are going to, for instance, I once had a UK refusal once because this is an elderly person. All his children are abroad, well to do, submitted everything. They pay money into her account. Everything looked good. But they said there is no home tie. Her late husband didn't leave any property in her name. They said they don't guarantee that she was coming back. Almost that one hit me. So I told my recommendation was okay, not a problem. Let's start let's start doing the documents again. Let's see how we can change the husband's document in her name. Have you seen? That would take a long time. They say yes, it's gonna take a long time. But you see that once that is done, that is a change of situation, a change of status. So that when she's reapplying, of course, the UK embassy will have it on their system that she doesn't have any home tie because she's not doing any. She's already elderly. She's a senior. She's not doing any retired. There is no job she's doing. The only thing her husband was late, the only thing that would give her that home tie is property or investment. But if that is done, have you seen that is a change of status? Documents in her name, which would definitely increase her chances of getting visa. Okay. Yes, we're rounding up soon. The ninth reason is wrong visa category. Wrong visa category. You're going for a conference, a 7 days conference, a 8 days conference. That's business, and you're applying for tourist visa. Okay, so if you're going for tourism, you need to show us the list of where you're going, the places you're going to tour, the places you're going to see in Europe, right? Or you're traveling to Spain and they say, are you going anywhere are you entering any other country from Spain? Schengen countries are all connected. You say no, you're going to Spain. And then in your list of itinerary, they spot somewhere in Netherlands or somewhere you're going to France to see the Eiffel Tower, right? Already a contradiction. So please, we need to avoid contradiction. Consistency, I said it in earlier slide. Consistency in information, consistency in your visa approval. So meanwhile, your travel is for training, is for the 10, but not the reasons. But these are the high visa reasons, the the most popular reasons why visas are denied, right? There are other reasons. Of course, we know that travel is vast. We can't exhaust it. But these are common reasons that if we get them right, you're on your way to getting visa approved. So the other one could be you use an agent that put documents here, put document there. Maybe the guy had some trial and error and got an approval for one client, and the person shows you, and you went back and you put document. They tell you they can get document. As a rule, at Terminal 7, we don't manufacture documents. We just physically organize your trip, right? Give you the right information and advice in such a way that your documents will align, your information will align, right? Everything will be consistent. That's what we do. And we don't manufacture documents. You must put yourself through the rigor to get the things done. We don't do, Nigeria, we like sharp sharp. Sharp sharp is what puts us into trouble. Sharp sharp is what makes you to get a document from somebody, put it together, cook it together. No, we will advise you how you would do it in such a way that you get the right documentation, right? Yes. So with that, you're going to. I'm sorry. Just give me a moment. Please, that's a distraction. So with that, um with wrong document using unverified agent or with wrong document, you're going to get um this wrong documentation is an instant refusal because these guys are trained to see fake. They are trained to see when there is a lack of alignment. They are trained to see. They are trained to see inconsistent and not right. And then rejection, which we don't want, right? We don't want it. Before we get to this, what are we calling you to do? What are we calling you to do? Like I said, this year alone, we did we did over 30, and to the glory of God, all 30s were all approved. The ones that were we appealed and they were they were approved. So some of the reasons, while I was talking, I purposely kept some of the specific example for our video. So some of the reasons, right? I left it out. Let me just mention it. But before I go on, I want to see how much we have followed on this. How much have we followed? How many people are still here? Vivian is here. Mr. Ayo Ajayi. Yes, thank you very much for being here with me. Oh, someone said they are not seeing my screen. I'm so sorry. Are you seeing my screen now? Are you seeing my screen now? Can you see my screen? Can you just chat and say yes? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So the team said the screen is showing. So let me just run through a few. Let me just a number of examples. A number of examples why that we've had in terms of visa refusal, which I want to run by us and give us. Imagine a young man between employed, he just works for himself. The money comes from his business to his pocket, right? Sometimes he doesn't even bank the money, right? He's applying for tourist visa, have CAC registration. He doesn't have evidence of tax clearance. In fact, as a rule, maybe please don't tell government. As a brand, Terminal 7, we may not bother, we wouldn't be bothering paying tax. But because we're a business of travel, where Task clearance is mandatory when you're submitting your visa documentation. I specifically tell my team, see this that we will pay it. Because when it comes to applying for visa, we don't even want to have a rejection, even among the staff. So we try to pay at every, in fact, my team, they know. They tell me that we must remit it because that's what gives you. As a matter of fact, if you're a VAT remitting organization, end of the year, you don't have any business. Your tax clearance will not show. 2023, 2024, 2025, it will show. All right. So imagine this young guy, 22 years old, he's self-employed, he's applying for a Schengen visa. He doesn't have any program you to ensure that your documents align. That's what we do. By all those sharp, we know they do them, right? From all those lack of record, no assets, next registration. And to end it to capital, you're not in a paid employment where they are giving you monthly salary, they are giving you all those pay and all the rest of it, right? Number two, other Nigerian examples of visa rejection, inconsistent documents I mentioned earlier. Imagine somebody who says that he in his introduction letter he has written that he earns 350,000 every month. The bank statement every month 1.2 million shows 2 million comes into bank statement to show that you have money. Meanwhile, you say apart from that 1.2 million, that money is there, is not spent, right? Maybe you spend 10,000 here, 20,000 here. Money doesn't even go for savings or anything. It's just there in the account. Employment letter is showing that you have 350,000. The company that pays you 350 every month. But along the line, there's extra money coming in. What are you doing? Where is the money coming from? Source of fund, not known. The learning point here, your document must speak to your story. Your document must tell your story because you're going to be, there's no way nobody is going to interview you to say, can you explain? Your document is going to speak for you. That's why we said at the cover note of this webinar, we said, it is not that you're not qualified. It is that your document doesn't tell the right story. All right? Inconsistent document. Sure that what your bank account or what you're saying in your appointment letter is consistent with what the bank account is saying. It's consistent with what your payslip is saying, right? It's consistent with what you have in other company documents that has payment, right? Some they even go as far as checking the sponsorship, the bank statement that shows the company is sponsoring you. How much? Where does this show that salary has been paid to your account? Okay. So please, inconsistent is one typical Nigerian story that we must avoid. Another thing that we have to avoid is poor travel history, right? Poor travel history. I said it before. For a first time traveler, don't jump you don't jump to want a UK visa, a US visa. Can you show other travel history of going to Qatar, of going to Kenya and coming back, of going to UAE, Dubai and coming back, of going to Accra and coming back, and they stamp your passport? You can now request for all your travel stamp out. Do you know that? So this histories has a way of showing, okay, your visa is for 10 days. We went and came back within, so you're law abiding. So anything short of this gives you poor travel history, which can lead to rejection, right? So before you consider applying for UK, US, Schengen, start with other countries where you can easily go and come. So travel is a journey. It's not just a jump. I want to go to UK. Except you're working in a big company where they are sponsoring you, where they are paying all expense paid, where they have written introduction letter. everything paid, and they have evidence, and they have a strong cover letter to show that they're taking you, right? Yes. Then number four, I will just take two more. Number four, unclear purpose of travel. What is your reason for traveling? You said you're traveling for a holiday. You have booked 3 days hotel. You're applying for 1 month visa, right? You did 1 week insurance, so meaning that after 1 week, go carry. Meanwhile, it's recommended that you do at least insurance 2 weeks beyond your return date, right? No itinerary to show that you're going on holiday. They want to see, okay, you're going to Portugal. What are the things you're going to do for each of the days you're going? Did you make any payments, any tie in that since there's no invitation letter? Any commitment in terms of maybe you pay for a tour, so with a receipt in that country to show that you're actually going to the place, even if you don't use it later. So these are the documents that speak to your story, right? Okay. So without all these things, if your purpose of travel is not clear, that's instant refusal, right? And that thing is weak financial. I mentioned it before. You just suddenly 10 million flew from nowhere into your account. Why now? Instead, why can't the money should be in what they use for proof of fund? No need to have that sudden bulk money enter your account. It's not necessary. Then your previous refusals, have you addressed them? Like I mentioned in detail, until the reason for refusal has changed, please don't go ahead and reapply. Let something change, right? And then avoid all those agent documents, documents just to get you out there, right? Yes. So having said that, I believe that Nigerians can get their visas. No, not sharp, sharp. Just proper visa assessment, putting your documentations right. Of course, strategic guidance from a travel agent who knows what they are doing. Strategic guidance. It's not sharp, sharp. Oh. If you're coming to Terminal 7 for visa, especially if you don't have history, give yourself at least 6 months. Most time when I tell them, they're like, I say, yes. Anything short of that, you're on your own. Oh, because we don't want refusal. We don't want refusal. We want approval. So we want you to go through the week, all right? Yes, I'm rounding up now. So, so visa officials don't guess. They assess, they assess your document. They are looking for credibility, consistency. They are looking for credibility, consistency, and integrity in information. They are looking for credibility. I'm rounding up now. They are looking for document credit. They are looking for credibility from the applicant. They have eyes on details. They are seeing both the things you wrote and the things you did not write, right? So consistency in your documentation, consistency in information. That's why when they ask you for introduction letter, they will ask you for bank statement, your salary bank statement. They will ask you for your pay slip to show. They will ask you for appointment letter, and if you have any upgraded or letter of what you call it, letter of salary increase, they want to see it because they want to see the current status of your salary with what's entering your bank statement, with what's happening in your pay slip, right? That's consistency. And of course, clear purpose of travel. So it's not just I pray, I go to church, I put all my documents before the Blessed Sacrament, pull over it. It is strategic putting together of your documents. And with that, we guarantee that you will get your visa right. Are we actually looking forward to Nigerians getting visa approval? Why should it be only 50% of Nigerians that are getting their visa approved when other countries are doing 98%, 90%? Why shouldn't we get it? We can get it right if we do it right. Thank you very much. That is where we call it a night, And I want to thank you all for staying with me, right, up to this point. I want to thank everyone, even though we're not many, but I mean, you stayed this long. And I want to ask for, you could just let me take some questions before we close, right? I'll stop sharing now. I'll take some questions on the chat, right? Do you have any question? Otherwise, can you put number? Can you put our WhatsApp number? Hmm? The team will put our WhatsApp number. Please take our number and give us send a WhatsApp message for your visa request, and we'll be very more than glad to take your we'll be more than glad to take your request, right? We have an upcoming program. We have an upcoming trip to Portugal, to Rome, and Portugal, Rome, and France. It's something. It's about pilgrimage, though. Something you can take advantage of if you're a Christian looking for a place to chill, a place of quiet, a place of spiritual reset. And we have another program for architects, mainly for architects, engineers, builders, right? In June next year, we're already putting together that document. We're already taking people for the trip. So it's something that it's in June, but we already, you see, travel is about strategy. You start now to put your documents in order, to put things you need in order so that you don't become a victim of um, a victim of cooked up documents which don't align, right? Otherwise, I want to thank you for joining me on this call. Thank you for coming, and together let's get our visa documentation right so that we can have the opportunity to see the world. It's St. Augustine who said, those travel is a book, those who don't travel read only one page. So travel opens you to opportunities that you will never see until you get to that destination. Thank you once again for joining me, and good night, everyone. You didn't put, can you put that put that number for WhatsApp number. I said it. I didn't say it. Well, it's not showing. All right. Okay, so that's our WhatsApp number for your visa request, for your travel needs. Thank you once again for joining me, and do have a good night rest. Thank you.